Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome in or welcome back to the Third Flame Tarot. My name is Amber. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm absolutely thrilled that you're here. Now, this is going to be a whatever comes out reading, and I'm really excited to do one of these to kind of ease my way back into the flow of things. I have been gone from the YouTubes for a few weeks now. I went on a really amazing adventure up to Okanagan to go to the family fair there, and I set up a tarot booth, a tarot reading booth, which was so fun. It was amazing. I met so many people. I did so many readings. It is really clear that there are a lot of shifts happening in the collective consciousness right now. A lot of people's lives are being turned upside down. A lot of really intense relationship dynamics and conflict, a lot of conflict going on in the collective right now. So I feel like being a tarot reader at this point in time is really, really important. It is like therapy, and it can help people work through the issues that they're having in their life. So I felt very blessed and honored to do so many readings for so many beautiful people at the Okanagan Family Fair. But when I got back from the fair, my first day back to work was pretty intense. Now, halfway through my shift, my boss comes up to me and she's like, "Amber, you gotta come see this." And I was like, "What is it?" And she was like, my coworker had a puppy. And I was like, "What? A puppy?" So I went into her office and she had this tiny little puppy. Now, the story is, I work in property management, and one of our tenants had to get evicted, unfortunately, and they ended up leaving this little puppy in the apartment, just wandering around the hallway, and the puppy was turned into our office. Now, there was a lineup of people that were like, "Yeah, I'll take the puppy, I'll take the puppy," and I was in that lineup, and every single person before me decided to back out and they couldn't take him, and it was my turn, and I was so thrilled. I ended up getting the cute little puppy. Now, it's kind of a sad story. He was bloated. He definitely needed medical attention. He had a very distended stomach. He was crying. His nails were long. So the first thing I did was take him to the vet, got him checked out. He had worms, got him dewormed, got him fully checked out, and he's in great health now, just recovering. I do have to feed him milk every 2 hours, and he does have a lot of anxiety around separation from me at this point. We've definitely bonded, and he wants to just be held and cuddled by me all the time. So I do have him here today for the reading. I've decided to name him Ozias, which is the strength of God. It means the strength of God. And he's just a precious little angel. I'll show you. He's asleep in the baby sling. Oh, little guy. He's just a little guy. Oh, are you gonna show your face? Oh, there he is. Oh, sweet little angel. Yes. Oh, yes. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. Yeah, sweet baby. But yes, little baby. It was really hard the first couple of days bringing him home. He just needed constant attention, and I didn't sleep for like 3 days because at night he would just cry and cry. He wanted on the bed, but I couldn't let him on the bed because he'd pee all over the place. So it's been a little bit rough, and hence why I haven't been on the YouTubes. But he's gonna stick around for the reading today because I think he's quite comfortable here and just taking a nap, so I think it'll be fine. He let me meditate with him in the sling today, so that was really great. So anyway, that's what's been going on in my life and why I've been missing from the YouTubes recently. But here I am, I'm back. I'm so excited to get into the reading again. Let's get into it. So the first thing, if you're new to my channel, by the way, the first thing I always do is cleanse my space, use my singing bowl, pray, and then I'll meditate for about 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes longer, sometimes a little less, but today's meditation was a bit long. And the first thing I saw when I dropped into meditation was the Wheel of Fortune card. So I'll show you. I pulled it out of the deck here just so I could show you. But the first thing I saw when I dropped into meditation today was the Wheel of Fortune. Now the Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana card, meaning it is a big turning point in one's life. It's a big change in one's life. And some meanings for the card are karma, life cycles, destiny, or turning point. Now, as I'm looking at the Wheel of Fortune card, it starts to move on the card, and I see the wheel begin to spin. And as it becomes more animated, the card becomes more animated, I notice that there is a little hamster running in the wheel. So I'm watching the wheel spinning, and as I get closer, I notice that there's a little hamster running in the wheel. And this feels very significant to me because when you think of a hamster running in a wheel, it's like you're running, you're exhausting yourself, but you're not getting anywhere. And that is the theme for this meditation, and I feel like the theme for this reading. I got the sense for sure that there was a group in the collective that are experiencing a really difficult time within their careers right now. They feel like they're exhausting themselves like hamsters on a wheel and not really getting anywhere. And the rest of the meditation definitely fell in line with this. So the next thing I see is I'm in first person perspective, and I'm sitting at a desk, and on the desk are stacks and stacks and stacks of papers. And the feeling I had in the meditation was one definitely of an overwhelmed feeling, and a feeling of stress, really like so much work to do, like overwhelmed with work. And that's when, I feel like almost like I'm about to cry. And then I look down underneath my desk at my feet, and I'm wearing no shoes. Then the scene changes, and I'm looking at a pair of shoes. This time I'm looking at a pair of black shoes, and they're worn down, holes in the soles, and just disintegrating. The shoes were disintegrating. And that's when I auditorily heard them boots. Them boots. And it was like a country accent too. It was like, them boots. Them boots. And they weren't boots though. They were just regular black shoes. So I looked this up in the dream dictionaries, and dreaming of an old worn out pair of shoes can mean that you're experiencing feelings of insecurity, exhaustion, the need for self-care, vulnerability, lack of confidence in your abilities, and a lack of self-worth. Seeing an old worn out pair of shoes can also mean that you yearn for a new start, which falls in line with what else it comes up in my meditation. But worn out pair of shoes means you're yearning for a new start. And in ancient cultures, they see dreaming of an old pair of shoes, or visions in my case, as a symbol of a big lesson learned. I mean, when you think about it, our feet take us where we want to go. They get us to where we want to go. And when your shoes are worn out, this is like, it's like you're not getting anywhere, you know? So the next thing I saw in my meditation was a constellation. And I did some digging, and I tried to find out what this constellation was. Maybe somebody can help me here. The closest thing I found was the constellation of Centaurus. I drew a little picture here. Can you see that? There we go. Now, I looked up the constellation of Centaurus, and it looked a lot like that. Like at the bottom, it looked like that. but the top of the constellation was missing from my meditation. So let me show you. Here's the constellation of Centaurus. And you can see the bottom kind of matches with like the triangular shape and the legs. But the top part was missing from my meditation. Now, Centaurus can be associated. It's not associated with Sagittarius, but of course Sagittarius their symbol is a centaur. So this could be related to a Sagittarius maybe within the collective that's experiencing this overwhelming stress associated with work. But I looked it up in Wiki here for the constellation Centaurus, and I'd just like to read you this really quick. So Centaurus is a bright constellation in the southern sky, one of the largest constellations. Centaurus was included among the 48 constellations listed by the 2nd century astronomer Ptolemy, and it remains one of the 88 modern constellations. In Greek mythology, Centaurus represents a centaur, a creature that is half human, half horse. Another constellation named after a centaur is one from the zodiac, Sagittarius. Notable stars include Alpha Centauri, the nearest star system to the solar system, its neighbor in the sky, Beta Centauri, and HR 5171, one of the largest stars yet discovered. The constellation also contains Omega Centauri, the brightest globular cluster as visible from Earth and the largest identified in the Milky Way, possibly a remnant of a dwarf galaxy. So I'm not really sure why Spirit would show me this constellation for this meditation, but perhaps, just to... if there's a Sagittarius or you have a lot of Sagittarius in your natal chart, something like that. I mean, Sagittarius sits in the 9th house on the zodiac wheel, which is all about spirituality and how you expand within your life, learning spiritually, growing, travel, expansion. Sagittarius's planet is Jupiter, and Jupiter just went into retrograde too. I wrote that down. Jupiter went into retrograde in Gemini on October 9th. So I wonder if this might have something to do with that as well. So the rest of the meditation was all auditory, and it was very fast. So I heard a few sayings really quickly after I saw the constellation. The first thing I heard was bloody legs. Now, bloody legs symbolism means a need for healing, unresolved emotional issues, loss of confidence, unable to move, and stuck. Now, this definitely pairs really well with the shoes I saw in the meditation, and then the loss of confidence. It is, symbolic of the shoes, the worn out shoes. So there's clearly like a collective that's experiencing a lot of emotional distress around their career. This is what I'm getting. A lot of emotional distress surrounding their career, a feeling of being stuck, running on a hamster wheel, exhausted, get up, go to work, work, come home, go to bed, get up, go to work. That's what it feels like from this meditation. It feels like the spark in one's life is gone. That's what this meditation feels like. It feels like all I do is work. I don't even love my job. I don't know what to do. I feel really stuck. I feel like I'm running on a hamster wheel. I'm overwhelmed with work. That's what this whole meditation feels like. And then the next thing I heard was persecuted. Persecuted. Now, the definition in the dictionary of persecuted is subjected to hostility and ill treatment, especially because of race, religion, sexual orientation, or political beliefs. So I'm not sure if the collective out there or somebody within this collective that resonates with this story is experiencing persecution within their career, within their job. Perhaps they have a really overbearing boss, or people are ridiculing you or judging you or treating you poorly at work, subjected to hostility. So that might be part of your story if you resonate with this meditation. And then the last thing I heard was cement. Now, cement symbolically represents foundation, stability, permanence, and the desire for security. And I feel like this just goes along with the rest of the meditation. Whoever resonates with this story definitely is seeking security. You're desiring stability financially within a career or a job that you actually enjoy. And I feel like this reading coming up is probably just going to encourage you to, follow your heart. And I would not be surprised if the Fool showed up in this reading. The Fool is all about taking a leap of faith. If you're super unhappy in your life and where you're at, you've got to do something to change it. I know that's easier said than done, especially if you have a family, children, or people that depend on you. It's a really daunting thought to switch careers because the uncertainty can be overwhelming. But I feel like that is probably going to pop up in this reading, where Spirit is going to encourage you to take a leap of faith. But anyway, I'm really excited to get into this reading. So let's go. All right, let's get into the reading. So there's one thing I forgot to mention from my meditation. At the end of my meditation, when I was hearing the auditory, I heard the bloody legs, persecuted, and cement, but there was one other thing that I heard. I just didn't write down a definition for it here on my notes, but I heard plan retirement as well in my meditation. So it's possible that you could be feeling like you want to plan your retirement, like you're ready to get out. That could be part of your experience if you resonate with this story. But anyway, let's get started. Spirit, we're here to get an energy reading for whoever resonates with the meditation that I had. We're here to get an energy reading for the collective that resonates with the meditation that I had, please. What do you have to tell the collective that resonates with that meditation? Let's get 2 more shuffles. Last shuffle. Okay, 2 cards to add to the Wheel of Fortune. I went ahead and just kept the Wheel of Fortune card out to kind of set the tone of the reading, since that was the first card I saw within my meditation. So what else do we have for the collective that resonates with this story? 3 of Swords. Yeah, definitely felt that in the meditation. A lot of pain, a lot of overwhelmed emotions, very overwhelmed and hurt and stuck and deep emotional pain. I mean, I saw the bloody legs I didn't see it, but I heard bloody legs in my meditation. And bloody legs means emotional issues, loss of confidence, unable to move, and stuck. And that's definitely 3 of Swords energy. unresolved emotional issues, loss of confidence, unable to move, and stuck. And that's the same feeling that I got from the old worn out shoes too. Yeah, it's like the collective that resonates with this story wants a fresh start, wants a new start, wants to get out of wherever they are, because wherever they are is causing them a great deal of emotional pain. Wherever you are, if you're resonating with this story, your current situation is causing you a great deal of emotional pain. Only you can do something about it, though. You're going to have to make a decision. What else, Spirit? The Six of Cups. Nostalgia. The past. You might look back on your past and think to yourself, why did I go this route? Why did I take this? Why did I go down this path? You might reminisce about your past and what you've chosen to invest in your life. And this is causing you a lot of pain as well. You might have a lot of regret, for the decisions that you made and the path that you went, but there's always a reason for everything. There's a reason why you went the way that you went, and there's something that you need to learn from the experience you're in right now. There's something that you need to learn. The Six of Cups. It says down at the bottom, disconnection from adult responsibilities, nostalgia, unequal relationship, generosity. That's interesting. I really like this deck a lot because it offers new variations of the cards, like new meanings to the cards. And I've never heard that for the Six of Cups before. Disconnection from adult responsibilities. Yeah, it's like you want to disconnect from this. You don't you don't want to get up and go to work. It's like pain every time you get up to go to work. Pain every time you think about going to work. It's like heartbreak. Three of Swords. Every time you got to get up and go to work. And that's no way to live. That's no way to live. You can see in this card, there's like a woman with a child, right? And she's smiling. She's playing with the little girl, and they're playing some kind of game here. She's holding like a sparkly object for the child. But if you look in the window here, there's like buildings on fire. Yeah, it's like there's a fire in your life, but you don't want to look at it. You want to just try to ignore it, disassociate from it, disconnect from it. But you can't do that for long. Those feelings will bubble up in you, and eventually it'll explode. You're going to have to face the feelings that you're feeling right now so that you can do something about it. Disconnection from adult responsibilities. Yeah, this is something you really want to do. You really want to disconnect from your adult responsibilities. You really want to disconnect from your job, from your current situation. Spirit's telling me to take one more card out of this deck. What else, Spirit? Three of Cups. Yeah. Three of Cups. You're seeking celebration. You're seeking greater times, greater experiences. Reward after hard work. That's what it says down here. Reward after hard work, joy, friendship, and deep bonds. Yeah, you might feel like you've put in all this effort in your job, like the hamster on the wheel that I saw in my meditation. You might be putting in a lot of hard work. What you feel is a lot of effort and a lot of hard work, and you're not getting rewarded for it. You don't feel like you're getting anywhere. Perhaps like promotions have passed you up many times and you feel very stuck within your career. I'm definitely getting that here. Reward after hard work. Yeah. Reward after hard work. I mean, I heard the word persecuted in my meditation too. Persecuted. Subjected to hostility and ill treatment. Yeah, this is what you're seeking. You're seeking reward, but you're not getting it. You're not getting it. Instead, you're getting subjected to hostility and ill treatment. You might have a really overbearing boss, or like the people that you work with are just not fun to work with. I'm getting that here. Okay, let's go to the Aquarian deck. Spirit, what else do you have to tell the collective that resonates with this story? What else do you have to tell the collective? Two more shuffles. Last shuffle. Spirit, can you tell us what is causing the collective that resonates with this story so much pain, so much Three of Swords? What is it that's causing this pain within their career? Can you tell us more about that? Okay. All right, Spirit, tell us more about the Three of Swords. Why is it here? Why is the Three of Swords here? Tell us about the Three of Swords. Why is it here for the collective? Thank you. Three of Pentacles. Look at that. That's collaboration. That's working together for a common cause. We've got 3 threes already. We've got the Three of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. That's 3 threes. It's clear your job is causing you all this pain. You feel like you're not working together for the common cause. You feel like the people that you work with are not, like, you're not on the same page. You're not working together. You might feel like you're working alone. There's not a lot of camaraderie. Yeah, I mean, like, look at this card. There's like one solitary person chiseling away. And typically this card means working together for a common cause, working together on a project. But in this card, there's only one person. And it feels like you. It feels like you're working really hard and you're dedicated to something, but it's not coming to fruition. Like, you're not getting the reward for your hard work. You're in fact getting persecuted. It's the opposite. Yeah, and you're feeling overly nostalgic about the choices that you've made in your life and the directions that you've gone. But at the heart of the reading is the Wheel of Fortune. You know, the wheel is turning. Karma is in action and changes are in your energy. It's a turning point. That's the Wheel of Fortune represents a turning point, and right now it is a turning point, and I feel like you have a decision to make. I know, little guy. Yes. Oh, buddy. I know. If I put him down, he'll cry. He'll just want back up. I have to satiate him. Oh, buddy. Are you going there? There you go, sweetie. There you go. Oh, he's a good boy. That's a good boy. Thank you for being patient with me and my new little guy. All right, Spirit, what else? Okay, about the Three of Swords. Wow. I asked Spirit, what else about the Three of Swords? Look what we get. 10 of Swords and the Moon in reverse. Yeah, that's a lot of pain. That's ultimate pain, ultimate betrayal. 10 swords in the back, dead on the ground. And then the Moon in the reverse. That's not listening to your intuition. That's overwhelming fear. Overwhelming fear and anxiety and not listening to your intuition. This is what's causing you so much pain. I really feel like, if if this is your story, it's time to start thinking of alternatives, different routes that you can go, different paths you can take. The opportunities surround us all the time. It's just a matter of our own perspective and how we choose to look at the world around us. Opportunities will arise. If you put enough effort into it, things will happen, Things will happen. I've been there in my life where I felt absolutely stuck and in my career and, from health reasons and stuff, I couldn't do my job anymore. I had to put effort into a new job and it was scary. I had to put myself back through school. I had to continue working, but I made it happen. And now I'm in a way better position than I was before. So it's your perspective is what's going to really change everything here. What you can choose to focus on. Start going over in your mind, the way that you would want to go, and then just take small steps to get there. But this is clear. You're not following your intuition here when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career. You're clearly being called to switch paths. If not switch careers, switch jobs, switch companies to work for. Yeah. But you have a fear of the future. You have a fear of the uncertainty with the moon in reverse here. It's you're fearing the outcome. You think, oh, well, it could be worse. It could be worse. But it could be better. Do you want to take that risk? I would. I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to as well. Can I get one more card? For the Three of Swords, please. One more card regarding the Three of Swords. What else? The Fool. What did I say? What did I freaking say? It came out in the reverse though. Remember in my meditation, I said I would not be surprised if the Fool came out in this reading. Here it is. But it's in the reverse. You're afraid. You're afraid to take this leap of faith. You're hesitant. You're holding back because of fear. Fear of the unknown. But it could be better. You're afraid that it could be worse. But Spirit is saying, it can be better though. It can be better. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. The fantasies never live up to what they are in your head. They're never going to live up to what they are in your head. But things could absolutely be better. And I feel like Spirit is begging you to turn this Fool upright, to take a leap of faith and make the changes that you need to make in order to make yourself happy. What did I say? I said the Fool. I felt it. I knew it. I knew the Fool would come out in this reading. Here it is. Yeah, this is what's causing you so much heartbreak. Look, after the Fool, we've got the King of Wands in the reverse. That's an egotistical masculine energy. And the Devil, addictions, attachments, negative thought patterns, negative behaviors. Yeah, you're stuck. You feel stuck, but it's all in your head. Four of Swords. Yeah, not taking any action, not moving, staying in one spot. Too comfortable. You're making yourself too comfortable, and you need to draw on your inner strength for this. You really do. Spirit is saying you need to draw on your inner strength and make a decision here. You need to make a decision. This is okay. Think of it this way. If nothing ever changed within your situation, ever, if it stayed exactly the way it is forever, would you be happy? You have to look at it that way. You can't expect things to get better or change. You have to do something to make your experience better. You have to do something to make yourself happier. And Spirit is saying here to release this fear. Let go of this fear of the unknown, the fear of uncertainty. You've got to let it go. Look, the Moon in reverse and the Fool in reverse. If you want to be happy in your life, you're going to have to surrender to this experience, surrender to the fear. And perhaps that is the whole lesson in this experience. This whole lesson is for you to overcome fear of uncertainty. That's a very common fear amongst us here in this human existence. Uncertainty is huge. It keeps people stuck for a really long time. You can't see the future. Nobody can. I can't. Even somebody that claims they're a psychic cannot see the future completely. You can get instincts. You can have intuition. You can have premonitions, but nobody can tell exactly what's going to happen in the future. And there's something very beautiful and poetic about that. And embracing the uncertainty is such a beautiful feeling. When you can get to that point where you just completely surrender, you're like a leaf floating down a river. You surrender to the energies, surrender to your experience. It is a very freeing and liberating feeling. And it gets you out of that stuckness. You know? Cement. I heard cement in my meditation. I mean, that could also mean like stuck in cement, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling here. It's what I'm feeling. Okay, let's get some for the Six of Cups. Let's get some cards for the Six of Cups. Six of Cups, nostalgic. Yeah, disassociating. Disassociation from adult responsibilities, disconnection from adult responsibilities, nostalgia. Unequal relationship. That's what this feels like. It's an unequal relationship between you and your job. Spirit, what else can you tell us about the Six of Cups and why it's here for the collective, please? What else can you tell us about the Six of Cups? Last shuffle. What else can you tell us about the Six of Cups, please? The World in reverse. Look at that. There is so much stuck energy in this reading. It is crazy. That is resistance to an ending. The World is the last card in the major arcana. It symbolizes a culmination, an ending that leads to a new beginning. But when it's in reverse, that's resistance to an ending. You are in so much resistance to this ending because of fear. The Moon in reverse. You're so resistant to this ending. I know that you've invested a lot of time and a lot of energy in this. I can feel it. You've invested, it feels like many years into this career. Perhaps you even went to college, you went to school, you studied, you spent all this money to learn this thing, and then now you're freaking hating it. And you feel so stuck and resistant to an ending because of how much you've invested. But is your happiness worth it? Do you really want to live in a state of Three of Swords any longer than you have to? I mean, these lives are short. I say it all the time. These lives are short. And if you are so unhappy in somewhere you're at, you're gonna have to surrender to your fear and take a leap of faith. You're just gonna have to. That's the only way. It's the only way. Okay, Spirit, what else about the Six of Cups? The Knight of Cups and the Emperor. Yeah. That's taking charge, taking control of the situation, taking control of your emotions. I think that's what Spirit is trying to say here with the Knight of Cups and the Emperor. It's time to take control of your own emotions and stand up for yourself. Stand up. Look at your emotions. Don't disassociate from your emotions, because I feel like that's what you try to do just to get through the day. You know, you might disassociate and stuff down your feelings about everything. And we get that here in the Six of Cups as well. There's like a woman smiling, right? While a city is burning outside her window. It's like disassociation. You don't want to look at the fire. You don't want to look at the problem. But Spirit is saying here with the Knight of Cups and the Emperor that it's time for you to look at the problem. It's time for you to take charge of your emotions. The Knights are always about action. They're always about action. They work for the King and the Queen. The King and the Queen send them out to do their bidding, to do their work. The Knights are about action taking. And the Cups are about emotion. So, and the Emperor is all four kings in one. He's very assertive. Emperors are very assertive. It's time for you to take action on your emotions. Become more assertive in your life. Stop being just a wallflower and putting up with stuff. This is not going to get you anywhere. Okay, can I get one more card for the Six of Cups, please? What else? That wanted to come out. Judgment in reverse. No way. Judgment in reverse. More stuck energy, not listening to the call. This is a feeling inside of you where there are angels blowing horns in your ear, trying to take you in a different direction, but you are not listening. You are refusing to listen. You hear them, but then you shut it down. And that's what the Judgment card in reverse is all about. It's about shutting down to not heeding to a call, not listening to your intuition. There is a chance, an opportunity for resurrection here, an opportunity for a fresh start and a new beginning, and it is calling you. You're just going to have to take steps in the direction of your heart. You know, it's not like you have to go into work tomorrow and just straight up quit. That's not what Spirit's saying here. I mean, if that's what you're really feeling called to do, then perhaps that's what you should do and you'll figure it out. But no, Spirit is saying you need to take steps towards your own happiness and joy. It's a turning point with the Wheel of Fortune here. It's a time for change. Change is in the energy for you, and Spirit is wanting you to finally listen to your intuition and take steps, you know? Like, think about it. What do you want to do? What do you want to invest in? What kind of job would make you really, really happy? And then start taking those steps. And I mean, there's no perfect job out there, by the way. I've worked a lot of different jobs. There's no such thing as a perfect job. But one that is fulfilling and keeps you invested in a good way is really, really important. I feel it's really important. Yeah. One where like you don't wake up in the morning and want to cry because it's time to go to work. You know? I mean, you'll have those days no matter what kind of job you have. You'll have those days. Not, you know, a job is a job. It's going to be work. But some jobs, like, you just know. If you wake up in the morning and you're like, yeah, time to go to work, okay. Wonder what today's going to bring. You know, then you've got a good job. You've got a good job. And if you wake up in the morning feeling 3 of Swords and 10 of Swords, it's time for a change. Yeah, it's time for a change. All right, Spirit, can we get some more cards for the collective that this story belongs to, please? Let me get some more cards for the collective that this story belongs to. What else do you have to tell the collective? Any other words of advice or wisdom for the collective that this story belongs to, please? Any other words of advice or wisdom for the collective that this story belongs to, please? One more shuffle. What else for the collective that this story belongs to, please? What other words of advice or wisdom do you have for them? What other words of advice or wisdom do you have for the collective, please? What else? What else? Ooh, thank you. Time. Time. That's associated with Saturn, the god of time, Kronos, the god of time. Saturn is also represented by karma. Karma. Divine timing. The time is now. The time is up. It's time for you to make a change. The Wheel of Fortune is about a turning point. A change. And if there's one thing about time, is that it's always changing. But I feel like Spirit is saying here with the time card is that it is time to make a change. It's time to do something about your situation. What else? What else out of this deck? Thank you. Psychic. That's intuition. That's intuition. That's wisdom and knowledge that you don't get from a book. Psychic information comes from the Akashic. It comes from the spirit realm. And that's what I feel like Spirit is saying here. Spirit is saying that it's time for you to finally listen to your intuition. Perhaps you've felt this way for quite a while. Perhaps you've been sitting in this Ten of Swords, Three of Swords energy, this stuck reverse judgment, reverse world energy for a long time. And Spirit is saying, you've known this. You've known that this was not fulfilling for you. But you haven't done anything to make a difference, anything to change. Now's the time to listen to your intuition. Now's the time to pay attention to those psychic downloads, the voices that whisper, it's time. It's time to go. It's time to make a change. You've got to make a change. You've been ignoring those voices. You've been ignoring the call. You've been ignoring the call. But it's time now to stop ignoring the calling. All right, Spirit, what else do we have for the collective out of this deck that this story belongs to? What else do we have for them? What other words of advice or wisdom do you have for the collective, please? What else? Two more shuffles. Last shuffle. Oh, one card left behind. You know how I feel about those if you watch my channel. All right, that's the one. Okay, Spirit, what other words of advice or wisdom do you have for the collective that this story belongs to, please? Moon Madness. Avoid drama. Remember when the Fool came out and just behind it was the King of Wands in reverse? The King of Wands in reverse is a very egotistical king. The Wands are the fire element, and when they come out in reverse with a king, it's misdirected, passionate energy, misdirected, creative energy. And if you think about a wand that, you cast spells with, think of a misfunctioning or misfiring wand, how destructive that can be. That's what I'm feeling here. There are some destructive people in your experience, probably in your career, because that's what this whole thing is really about within your job. There's too much drama. Remember, I heard persecuted, subjected to hostility and ill treatment. Drama. Yeah. Let's read it out of the book. Avoid drama. Yeah, you got to get yourself out of this. This does not feel good. It does not feel good at all. This feels like a toxic work situation. And when you think about it, you spend so much time at work. So much of our lives is spent at work. And if you hate it this much, oh my God, you got to do something. You got to do something. It's going to ruin your health. It'll destroy your health. When we're stressed out and hating our life and hating what we do for a living, that affects other things in our life. It puts you in a low vibrational state, which means you're going to attract more situations that you don't want to be in. You've got to do something about this. You have got to do something about this. Okay, Moon Madness. Moon Madness. Number 74. Avoid drama. It's too easy for you to get wrapped up in dramas right now, even to feel a little like it's all too much. What you're dealing with is noise. Don't fall for it, and don't believe everything people tell you. It's time for you to take a step back from everything that is swirling around you. Being overly involved is an easy trap. The more you wade in and get entangled now, the more unnecessarily intense the whole situation is going to become. Consider the possibility that you're not quite thinking straight at the moment. Maybe you need to quell your emotions so they don't lead you astray. Taking a back seat will help. Gentle breathing exercises will also help you get back into alignment. All the better to deal with the question that you're asking the cards about. Exhale and let events unfold in their own time. It could be that everyone in the situation you're asking about is feeling too much pressure. Detach from the drama, which can end up hampering everything. Breathe out your negative energy field and it says detach from drama, which can end up hampering everything. Breathe out. Your energy field will thank you. And then it goes on to say there is too much drama in the air to think straight. Someone is being overly provocative. Don't stress. It won't change anything. Backing down or off is sometimes your best play. You need to trust that the situation will be fine. And then it goes on to say, lunacy was once said to come from sleeping in the rays of the moon, a belief that persisted through the Middle Ages. Even Shakespeare wrote in Othello that the moon makes men mad. And we did just have a full moon in Aries. So I know, Aries is a very masculine sign. and is ruled by the planet Mars. And Mars is about war and aggression. And Aries is a fire sign and can be in its shadow side, very egotistical, overly assertive, pushy, arrogant. Yeah, you might have been dealing with stuff like this in your life, like the King of Wands in reverse, an arrogant, egotistical, masculine energy. Perhaps that is part of your experience here. Now, when I say masculine energy, I don't necessarily mean a man. Anybody can be in masculine energy. Doesn't matter what kind of body you have. Okay. I feel like I'm going to get one card out of the Healing Bones and then one card out of the Pluto deck. All right, Spirit, what else do you have for the collective that this story belongs to? What else? What other words of advice or wisdom do you have? What else? Yeah, I'm strongly getting here, you know, that the environment you're in when you go to work is so dramatic. Like, there's so much drama and like negative energy that this is actually affecting your health. It's affecting your sleep, it's affecting your mood, it's affecting your everything. You might have had like, you know, health problems that you never had before. You might be having health problems. Maybe I'm getting like skin problems, like I don't know, rashes or like dry spots, really dry skin, itchiness. I'm getting a feeling of like skin, some kind of skin problem. And this is like these new health problems that are popping up are associated with your stress. Your stress and low mood, low vibration. Okay, Spirit, what else do you have for the collective that this story belongs to? Out of this deck, please. Last shuffle. What else out of this deck for the collective that this story belongs to, please? What else do you have? What else do you want to tell them? What else do you want to tell them out of this deck, please? What else? Thank you. Hand. The Hand. Give or receive support. Welcome or push away. Firm grasp, holding on, and fortune. The Hand. Either welcome or push away. You know, I got the feeling of like the skin problem. Perhaps you're having really dry hands, like dry and cracked hands, which is not typical for you. The hands. I mean, the hands are what you do. That's how you work. No matter what job you have, you use your hands. This is work. Push away. You know, I feel like with the world in reverse here, I mean, and judgment in reverse, this is resistance to an ending. I feel like maybe you might be keeping too tight of a grip on this. Like you don't want to let it go completely. I know you've invested a lot of time and effort into this, but I mean, what else are you gonna do? Are you just gonna live like this forever? No, you can't do that. You'll be miserable. You'll be miserable. It's time to let go. It's time to release the grip on this. Okay, what else? What else out of this deck? What else out of this deck? Thank you. The brain, higher consciousness, knowledge, critical nature, thinking clearly, duality. Thinking clearly. Yeah, it's time for you to take a new perspective on this, and that's what I said at the very beginning of this reading. It's all about your perspective, you know? How you choose to see it. And you use your brain to surrender, to change perspectives and surrender to the uncertainty of the future. Changing paths, you know? You got to use your brain and think about it, you know? Thinking clearly. Higher consciousness. Yeah. Do some meditation, because maybe this will give you some direction in your life. You know, you might be feeling like, well, if I'm not going to do this, what am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? Take those questions and do a meditation. It might take you a few meditations to get into it, but do a meditation and sit in that meditation. Sit there for a while. Sit there for like 30 minutes if you can. 30 minutes to an hour, and just go blank. Just go blank. So if you've never meditated before, or you don't do a lot of meditation, how I like to start my meditations, this makes it really easy for me, is I'll cross my eyes behind my eyelids. So I'll cross my eyes and point them up towards my third eye. And then I'll just focus on breathing. Some like really soothing ambient music can help. And then also, if you are like me and have pictures and scenes from your day, like going over and over in your mind, picture outer space. Picture just floating through outer space in like the darkness. That always helps me, and just float around in the darkness, and then eventually you'll start getting messages. You'll start getting intuitive downloads. And I feel like with the psychic card here and the brain card here, I think some meditations will help you get to an answer on which direction you need to go in, what you need to be focusing on. All right. Let's get one final card for the collective that this story belongs to out of the Pluto deck. Spirit, what kind of shadows are holding the collective back from moving forward? What is causing them all this fear and uncertainty? What kind of shadows are holding the collective back from moving forward, please? What do they need to focus on releasing? What kind of fears are holding the collective back, please? What do they need to focus on releasing? Okay, last shuffle. What kind of fears are holding the collective back? And what do they need to focus on releasing? The eagle. Whoa. The eagle, that is taking a higher perspective. That the eagle soars higher than like I'm not sure if it's any other bird in the world, but I know that eagles can soar higher than majority of the birds in the world, which means they represent seeing things from a higher perspective, which is about the brain here. Higher consciousness, higher perspective, seeing the big picture. When you're that high up in the sky, you see the bigger picture. Spirit wants you to see the bigger picture. This is what's holding you back. There's 2 cards. You're too much focused on the like microcosm of your experience. Spirit wants you to step back, see the bigger picture for what it is. And then we've got the white tail. The white tail. The white tail is about shedding antlers, shedding your skin, shedding this experience, release, surrendering. It's a painful process to shed your antlers, but a crucial process, an important part of the experience, because that pain makes you stronger if you choose to look at it in the right way. It's time to shed the old. I would love to read you these out of the book. Okay, the white tail. There's eagle. Here we go, white tail, number 2. Number 2, that's a fork in the road. In numerology, 2s always represent a decision. A decision. Okay, yeah, you need to make a decision. It's time. It's time to make a decision here. The white tail, meaning the process of rebirth. Each year, the majestic whitetail sheds an incredibly important part of itself, its rack of antlers. In each subsequent year, the antlers grow back stronger and bigger than they were before. The process of regrowing these antlers is bloody and painful. Remember bloody legs in my meditation? Yet necessary. So the process of regrowing these antlers is bloody and painful, yet necessary. The antlers are used to defend not only the white-tailed stag, but also his family. Furthermore, they are a sign of increasing maturity, experience, and skill. The arrival of the white-tail in a reading means that you too are undergoing a painful, yet necessary rebirth, wheel of fortune, change, big change. This is a part of your identity, life, or even relationships. Excuse me. There is a part of your identity, life, or even relationships that must be shed now in order for you to advance forward in your journey. And ultimately, your evolution. This process may also feel bloody and painful. Resist the urge to shy away from it. Instead, recognize that to make room for this new version of yourself, a version that is bigger, better, and stronger than ever before, you must first prune away whatever is bogging you down. You've outgrown it, and choosing to hold on to it is no longer serving you. Further reflection. Often fear comes hand in hand with change, and when we can sense it on the horizon, we instinctively double down on that which is familiar. Think of the stag and how he lets go of the things that protects him without question. Think of the stag and how he lets go of the thing that protects him without question, knowing that it will be replaced with something even more immaculate. That's what I was saying, at the very beginning of this reading. I was like, you have a fear that it could be worse. But what you need to focus on is how it could be better. It could be better. It says here, think of the stag and how he lets go of the thing that protects him without question, knowing that it will be replaced with something even more immaculate. How can this unbridled trust in the unfolding of your path serve you now, even if you don't know exactly what it means yet? How can this unbridled trust in the unfolding of your path serve you now, even if you don't know exactly what it means yet? Fool in reverse. It's time to turn that upright and take a leap of faith. Okay, and then we've got the eagle. The eagle. I love this card. It's so beautiful. The eagle. Meaning, the spiritual messenger, protection, the bigger picture. To see the elusive eagle in real life is a rare and fleeting treat. Those who are lucky enough to behold this majestic creature know of its unique wonders. Just like the hawk, the great eagle is revered as a divine creature, one that is rich in deeply spiritual symbolism. Nothing flies higher in the sky than an eagle. Because of this unique vantage point, the eagle brings with it an important perspective, one that can only be achieved from a certain level of enlightenment and understanding. It also brings along an important message, and the other cards around it give context to that message. If you've pulled the eagle by itself, this is a sign that you are the spiritual messenger, and you're being encouraged to share the wisdom, skills, and knowledge you possess. Perhaps there is a leadership role you're being asked to step into, or a community that you could serve. Often, and especially in spirituality, we are both the student and the teacher. Where do you embody these roles? I love this. It says, it also brings along an important message, and the other cards around it give it context to that message. It's like Spirit is bringing you this message of the white tail. These two cards came out together. Spirit is divinely guiding you towards your joy and happiness in life, towards a career that will fulfill you. You're being called. Judgment. The Judgment card, there's an angel on there. An angel, a spiritual entity calling you. Your spirit guides are calling you. The messenger, the eagle, you're being called to shed your antlers. It's a painful and bloody process, but you're being called to do this. And if this story resonates with you, you know exactly what I mean. You know exactly what this means. Okay, it also says about the eagle, consider also how eagles are sacred across many cultures and sects of belief, often revered as a fierce symbol of divine wisdom and protection. It is possible that the arrival of this card means there is a shield around you now. Trust that you are divinely protected. Further reflection. Eagles are often representatives of the Great Spirit. You would be hard-pressed to find anyone who views crossing paths with an eagle to be a bad omen. On the contrary, there seems to be a universal agreement that seeing an eagle is a great gift. Regardless of creed, religion, or dogma, this inexplicable knowing is an example of the concept of super consciousness. The belief that as humans, we all have a collective well of knowledge and wisdom that can be tapped into. Perhaps now you can draw upon this same communal knowledge. We got psychic, we got brain, we got eagle. Yeah. It's clear. It's clear here what you need to do. And this is just a confirmation. This reading is just a confirmation to what you already knew. You already know that you need to make a change. Spirit is just using me as a conduit right now to solidify that knowing that you already have. It's time. It's time. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I certainly hope that this reading was helpful for you. If it was helpful, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. I hope that you have a beautiful night or day out there, wherever you are, and I cannot wait to see you again in the next reading. Say bye-bye, baby. Say bye-bye. Bye.